Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great and welcome to this new course and this time we are going to be building DevTechie video courses app. And as you can see, this is the app, and we're going to be building it using SwiftUI. We're going to be following MVVM design pattern, and we're going to be building out everything from scratch. And you're also going to learn how to integrate a video player inside your app. Okay, so so there's going to be a lot of content that we're going to be covering. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the app is. So this is the app UI, the home page. As soon as you tap on a view, you're going to basically navigate into the detail, but your courses are listed as a tile inside a grid, which can be searched. And we have the native search functionality is all you're gonna build from scratch. And as you can see, the SwiftUI animation also plays a good role while filtering out the courses as you type their name into the search box. Okay, so that's actually something that we're gonna be creating. Like I said, if you type Swift, you actually filter out the Swift, and as you can see, your all the courses are listed as soon as you take out everything from the search box, and your search box is empty. So let's go ahead and click on one of the course, and this is the course detail view, and course detail view takes you back. So let's take another look. So this is a SwiftUI section or topic, and if we if you look at the topic itself, we have 4 other courses listed there. So each course is has its own topic. And now if you go inside one of these, what you're gonna find is basically a little bit more detail about the course itself. And this is the course detail page, where we talk about how much the course is, how many students and stuff like that. Of course, you have your videos listed out, the lessons that are that make up that course. And if you notice, some courses have bestseller, some don't. That's intentional to show how you can actually have bestseller. And there we go, we have a video player that you're going to be building to play the videos within that course. Now in this case, I'm playing the same video, but for the demo purposes, but you can have different video included or played for that lesson. Okay, so that is how you're gonna and we are using SwiftUI's built-in video player for that. All right, so let's go back to the home screen. And now we're gonna now, as you have seen, the whole demo, it's time to start building the app. So let's fire up the Xcode, and we are going to get started in the next video by setting up our project and getting ready to basically build this whole app from scratch. Right, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we want to do is we want to structure our project to make sure everything is where it belongs. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a folder. I'm going to call this folder app, and I'm going to move this app file, courses app.app.swift file, into this app folder. Okay, we are also gonna need a group for shared, and this is basically going to host all these shared components. Okay, so while we are moving, actually we're gonna see some errors, but we're gonna fix those along the way, so don't worry about that. Let's go ahead and finish creating some of the other folders. So we're gonna need views. Okay, so our content view is gonna go inside views, and we're gonna need models. So let me delete that, that's not what I want an actual folder. So let me create a folder, new group. Okay. All right. So let me delete this, and we're gonna rename this one view models. Okay. And yeah, and that's about it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna first try to build, and you're gonna get some errors. So these these errors are path related because some of the paths have been changed. And if you notice, this one is talking about preview content, and preview content is moved under shared folder. So all you need to do is double click on it, and after double clicking, I just double click on the item itself and add your folder name like that, shared. Okay. And while we are at it, we can search for courses app. So we have this. All right. And invert plist, this is the path we need to change. This is also under shared, so I'm gonna just add shared as well. And private header and everything is good. Okay, so let's go ahead and build, and as you can see, the build succeeded. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select iPhone 12 Pro Max, and gonna give it a go. Okay, so what should happen is we should see hello world screen, and as you can see, we can see the hello world. So everything is working fine, and our code structure is now ready for our development. And as you can see, this is much cleaner way of doing things. If you want to organize them further, organize them alphabetically. So A, M, then you have S, then you have views, view models, and views. Okay, there we go. So it's in alphabetical order now. Okay, so so now going back to our start place, right? So content view is where we're gonna, this is our entry point, right? But what we're going to do is we are going to develop our home view, and all we're going to do here in the content view is call that home view. Okay, so we're going to have a separate view for home, and views for details and everything as well. All right, so before we actually go about doing that, I want to actually first create all of our models, and there are going to be 3 models that we're going to be focusing on. So let's go ahead and create the models for this for the app first. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our models. So first model we're gonna need is gonna be the topics. That is going to be the thing that we're gonna display on the front screen. So these are all the topics that we have in our app. So we're gonna create an object model for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna create a Swift file, and we're gonna call this one topic. Okay, and we're gonna first of all we're gonna actually import SwiftUI because I want to use colors for SwiftUI. So we're gonna import SwiftUI, and then we're gonna create an enum for topic. Okay, this enum is gonna be of string type, and it's gonna be case iterable, meaning if we need to get all the cases that this enum supports, we can actually get a collection of them, okay, by conforming to case iterable protocol. So we're gonna create Swift as first topic, SwiftUI, iOS, I want to create enough entries so we can actually see a good result when we search. Okay, so then in Swift, the one of the most powerful thing is enum can host functions. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a function to get the background color for these enum values. So these background colors that you're seeing here, these are associated with each of the topics. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a function here. We're going to call this back color. Okay, and this function is going to return color. That is the reason why we imported from SwiftUI, so I can get the reference of color here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a switch statement, and switch is going to be applied on self. Okay, and we are not going to need default because we intend to create case for each entry. So as you can see, you're gonna get access to each entry. So we're gonna start with Swift, and we're gonna return maybe a pink color. SwiftUI colors might be different from the original app, so these color might be different, but don't worry about it. I mean, okay, choose whatever color you like. So we're gonna just keep on creating these colors. Okay, and last case is gonna be our web, and we're gonna return gray color here. Excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead and build, and builds should still succeed, meaning we have actually not made any mistakes, so that is great. So that's our topic model. Next we're going to create our lessons model, lessons that are going to be hosted or going to be inside a course. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and create our lessons view model, lessons model as well. So we're gonna be done with all the models. So I mean, there's gonna be one more left. That's gonna be the course. So we're gonna create that next, and we'll be done with all the model creation. So this one is gonna be called lesson. Okay, and the lesson, it does not need SwiftUI because we are not going to use any color. So this is going to be simple lesson struct. It's going to conform to identifiable because I want to provide ID, and this ID is going to be of type string, and we're going to have name and length. And video. Video that's associated with the lesson. Now this lesson can come from an API or from external like source. You could have like a Firebase place where it's actually stored, but in our case what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a an example or a sample lessons array, and that's going to give us the values back. Okay, so we're going to create an extension for lesson, and we're going to create a static function here, static func sample lessons, All right, and this is going to return an array of lesson like so. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we don't need a return because this is a single return, I guess. So let's find out if Xcode complains about it. But anyways, it should not. We're gonna have first lesson as intro, and then length is gonna be something we're gonna define in a string as well. So 922 minutes long, and there is going to be a file that we're going to be using. So I'm going to actually name the file here, and then we're going to import that file. So the file name that I'm going to be using is going to be health kit app demo. So it's basically a video grabbed from health kit app video course that we created. So you're gonna be able to, if you're interested in learning HealthKit usage in SwiftUI, check it out, that course. But yeah, it's basically the demo video for that. So that's what we're gonna use for our sample, and I'm gonna paste this maybe 5 or 6 times. Okay, and I'm gonna update the ID. Like I said, you are going to be getting this data from somewhere else, like maybe from a an external source. So don't worry about this sample data. The second one, like you can create anything you want here. Okay, second one is going to be app design. Third video, maybe model creation, view model for views, binding views together, summary. Okay, and let's change the length. So I'm just gonna change the length to some random numbers. All right. Okay, so this is going to be our sample lessons in this, and what we're going to do is we're going to use these sample lessons to basically populate our lessons view. So let me show you what it's going to be. So as soon as you go inside, this is your courses view, and this is your lessons view. Okay, it has some course detail here, and it has these lesson detail here, and clicking on this play button would play the file, the video file that you have here. So we're going to be using video player for that, but essentially that is what this information is actually going to come from your lessons model. Okay. All right, so this was our lesson model, and next we're going to create our course model, which is going to have lesson as an object, as a property basically. So that's going to be our last model, and then we're going to start creating our home page, and then create our view models and pages accordingly. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and create our another model, and this one is going to be course. So we're going to call this one course. Okay, and this one is going to have most of the properties. So let's go ahead and create a struct for course, identifiable. We're going to give it an ID, and let's define a UUID right here. For course name, we're gonna have a string type is best seller. It's gonna be a Boolean type. Topic is gonna be topic type, author, detail, course image, promo video, lessons. Can have lesson object, an array, number of students, so currently enrolled students number. I'm gonna put it as a string. Once again, this is all you can change based on your API response. I'm actually just gonna show you what we have from the sample side, but you can change this to be like a JSON response or anything. All right, so these are going to be all the properties for our course, and then we're going to create an extension for our course. Okay, and this extension is going to have our sample courses. So there's going to be a static function, sample courses. Okay, and this is going to return an array of course. Right, so you can simply create a course here and populate all the information. So it's quite a lot, so I have already prepared some samples, so I'm gonna actually paste it in here. And what I need to remove is ID, or actually, you know what, I'll change the ID to match. There you go. Okay, so let's see, topic dot SwiftUI. Okay, wait a minute, let's jump into a topic, and I think it should be small s. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and build and see if there's any error. Okay, so there is one error. Okay, yes, it has to be an array like that. Okay, let's go ahead and build, and build failed again. So let's see where the build has failed. Okay, there, we changed that name, so let's go ahead and build it again. Okay, so now everything is building. That means our model creation is complete. So we have our course, topic, lessons, and all these models, right? So what we're gonna do next is basically we're gonna start creating our home view first, so at least we can see the home view. So if you go back, this is the home page that we're gonna first create, and then we're gonna populate that, and we're gonna basically start creating models and views at the same time when we are actually creating those views. All right, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our home view. So I'm gonna right click on the views folder and add a new file, and this time we're gonna select SwiftUI view template, and we're gonna name this one home. Okay, and importing from SwiftUI and everything is good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is before we actually go create our home view, I want to import a few things. So first of all, I want to import the file that we've been talking about, this 01 Health Kit app demo. This is mainly going to be important inside our lessons, because we're going to be playing that video right inside the video player. So I'm gonna just move it, and you can choose any file you want, and make sure you have add to target selected. So select that and add to the target. If you open, you're gonna see that this is the video that we're gonna be using, and this is once again from the health kit health stats app that shows the integration of health kit with SwiftUI. Okay, so make sure your target membership is checked. Okay, and then another thing that we want to import is the image. So when you select a course, we are showing same image for all these, although you're gonna have like image by your course name, but I'm just gonna choose I'm just gonna import one single image. Once again, this is coming from HealthKit app, so I'm gonna use that, call it HealthKit, and that is going to be the image that we're going to be using. All right, well, with that, all the logistics have been taken care of, so let's go ahead and start designing our home view. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to resume this section right here, and then we're going to create a couple of state properties. We're going to create a state property for search text, and this is basically going to be our search text, which we're gonna display or use it with the search bar. Whenever you're searching something, you can actually populate that, and your user is going to type on this, and search results are going to be filtered according to that search term. Okay, there's another thing, we're going to create a private variable to get all topics. Okay, and this is how you can actually this is how, where case iterable comes into benefit or picture. Is like other than all the enums that you have created, it has this special variable called all cases. This is coming from case iterable protocol, and this makes it possible to get all the cases that are there inside the enum. Okay, so we're gonna go iterate over all the enums, and then we're gonna display them. All right, now in order to create our UI, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create some local variables, and then we're gonna put those variables inside a VStack. So I'm gonna take this and convert it into a VStack and paste it right here for now, and we're gonna create a private variable. We're gonna call this one greeting. It's gonna return some view. Okay, and this some view is gonna have an hstack, or like this greeting is gonna have an hstack text. And in your case, if you're building it out for your production use app, in that case you are going to have some sort of authentication mechanism to authenticate user, and instead of hello user, you're gonna put their name. Okay, I just placed hello user in there. All right, and that's it. That's our greetings view. So we're gonna simply call it greeting, and I'm gonna hit Command Option P to resume the preview section. Okay, go ahead and use that. Okay, next is our search view. We don't have it. We are going to create that. So we're going to have private variable search view, some view. Okay, it's going to return some view. Let's see what that view is going to be. It's going to be a VStack. All right, and this VStack is going to have an alignment property. Alignment is going to be leading. Text is going to say find the course you want to enroll. Right, you can change the foreground color to secondary, and then you can have a text field, not text field style, text field, like that. And this text field is going to take two things. First is going to be the placeholder, so we're going to say search here. Okay, and search here, and the binding or this binding is going to be the search text. This is where the filter is going to be applied. We can have a padding for the leading direction, because I want to show a magnifying glass in here, and we can have a background, right? And inside the background there's going to be a rounded rectangle with corner radius of 20. Okay, let me go ahead and resume our preview so we can see what we have got so far. And sometimes this can happen where your preview is not going to load, so I'm simply gonna replace this content view with home. Okay, and I'm gonna build it out, and as you can see, it just showed up right here. Okay, that is quite good. Like, this is how it looks like in here. All right, so going back to the home view, we're gonna apply some properties or some view modifiers onto this rounded rectangle. Okay, first of all, gonna change the fill color to have color dot secondary dot opacity 0.3. Okay, I'm gonna run the let me do this. Okay, that's better, because the thing is, sometimes this guy does not work, and so I'm gonna actually probably close this and just keep this here. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've got our fill color. We are gonna add an overlay, and this overlay is going to be of an image, right? It's going to be a system name image, and the system name is going to be magnifying glass. All right, and we are going to have a foreground color for this guy, and that is going to be color dot secondary dot opacity 0.8. Okay, all right, so that closes our foreground color, and we're gonna add some padding in leading direction. All right, and once the padding has been applied, we are going to go put a comma here, alignment, so we can define the alignment for this guy, and we're gonna say the alignment because by default the magnifying glass is gonna appear in the center, and we want to provide the alignment to be leading, so the magnifying glass appears at the leading side. Okay, and you can type. There you go. All right, cool. So that is our search view. Okay, next up we are going to have topics. Okay, and topics is going to be another view. Once again, this is going to return a view. All right, and this is going to have a v stack, and this v stack is going to have an h stack, and this h stack is going to have a text topic, topics. We're going to make this bold, and we are going to put a spacer here, so this is actually sort of like, coming along the same line. So there we go. This is how it is going to look. All right. Okay. So we're going to do next is basically once we have our topic, we're gonna put the topic text. We're gonna put a scroll view. Okay, and this scroll view is going to be vertical. Shows indicator is going to be false, and I'm going to close this bracket here and start a trailing closure. Inside this, we're going to create a lazy V grid. Okay, and lazy V grid takes columns. So I'm going to say the column is going to be adaptive with minimum size of 150. Okay, I'm going to remove this 20 from here. All right, so that is our grid item, and alignment pin and all the other things we don't need. So I'm going to just close it and create a trailing closure like this. Okay, now inside this we're going to create a for each on all topics. Okay, and we're going to apply a filter on this, and this filter is going to be basically searching if the search text is empty. If it is, return just true. There's nothing else to do. Otherwise, take first argument, get its raw value, convert into lowercase, apply contains, take your search text and lower cases as well. Okay, and I know why this is, because this is going to be like this. Okay, okay, let me see if I can actually get this. Okay, so range of integer, yeah. Okay, we're gonna actually say it's gonna be identified by self. Okay, let's see. All right, what did I make the mistake? All topic dot filter search text is empty, then return true. Otherwise, take the first element. Okay, and take the first element and take its raw value, lowercase it, check contains search text dot lowercase. Okay, and its ID location is not right. Okay, so let's see what is getting closed here. Is the contains. Here we are closing the for each. Okay, and so before closing for each, we're gonna close the bracket and then for each, because this is where ID is gonna come. Okay, ambiguous expression. All right, let me redo this one. For each. Okay, and this for each is going to be on all topics dot filter. Okay, and filter is going to give us a topic. Okay, so we can actually write this in a better way. So let me do this first. ID by self topic in. Okay, now this is going to be fine, because now we are complying with all the rules there are. Now we're gonna apply the filter. So I'm gonna say filter. Okay, and filter is gonna filter. So we're gonna say search text dot is empty. If it is empty, return true. Show all the results. Okay, if it's not empty, all right, in that case we want to take the first element, get its raw value. Okay, lowercase that. All right, check if it contains search text dot lowercase. Okay, so if it does, then display the search result, otherwise display all the results. Navigation link we're going to create next, and this navigation link is going to have, so navigation link. All right, navigation link, the one that we care about is the one that has a destination. All right, right now we're going to say just text destination, and for the label we are going to create our label. So rounded rectangle, okay, corner radius is going to be 25, fill, let's give it a fill of topic dot back color dot opacity 0.7. so each topic has a back color, and we're going to use that and set the opacity on it for 0.7. we're going to give it a frame, and frame is going to have width height, so width is going to be 150, height is going to be 200, alignment is going to be center. We're going to add some padding and overlay. Okay, now overlay is going to be the text that we're going to have, topic dot raw value. Okay, and we're going to make this bold, set the line limit to 2, foreground color to primary, and padding of 50 points. Okay, all right, we're gonna put an animation. Okay, he's in. All right, and then we're gonna add some padding at the top for 20 points. Okay, so that is going to be our topic. Our topic is already being called. We're going to simply put a spacing here of 10 points, and I'm going to run this. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what our view now looks like. So this is how our view is going to look like. You're going to have a scroll view, okay, and you can have your filter. Now you start filtering, and as you can see, the animation is automatically applied, and we can filter our results. As soon as we empty it out, we get the all the topics that there are. Okay, and you can scroll in this. All right, so with that, we have reached the end. Right now, if you tap on any of these, okay, so let's see. All right, so for the navigation link, let me see, for the navigation, yeah, so we have not put our navigation link here. So what we are doing is, okay, there's topic right here. Navigation link is text destination, and then you have your label right here. Okay, so technically if you tap on it, you should be able to see. So let me see. Yeah, so there's something. All right, so our destination, let's say topic dot raw value. Okay, let me go ahead and run this. All right, so the reason is we are not inside the navigation view. I thought we were inside the navigation view, so we're going to put our navigation view in place. Okay, and inside that it's going to be our view stack with spacing and everything. And we are going to have a spacer at the bottom. Okay, gonna add some padding and navigation bar title. Now navigation bar title is gonna say DevTechie courses. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. Now with our navigation view, our navigation links are gonna work. So you can see selected Swift, SwiftUI, iOS, Objective-C, and you can go back, right? And your filtering animation still works. So as you can see. All right, cool. So our homepage is done. Next up is going to be our detail view. But before we create a detail view, we're going to create a detail view model, and then we're going to start creating our detail view. All right. All right. So before we start creating our detail view, let's go ahead and create our first view model. So we're going to create our detail view model. So I'm going to select a new file, and it's going to be SwiftUI view. And we're gonna actually, you know what, it's gonna be a Swift file, and we're gonna name this detail view model. Okay, so this is gonna be the view model for detail view, and we're gonna create a final class detail view model. All right, now this class is gonna basically host properties and functions that are necessary for our detail view. Okay, so first thing we're gonna have is a topic. Okay, and we are also going to have all courses. All right, we're gonna have a property topic name, which is going to be of string type, and it's simply going to return topic dot raw value. Okay, and then gonna have our initializer, and this initializer is going to take topic. Okay, and that's how we're gonna initialize our topic variable. Okay, it's gonna have one more function, course by topic. Okay, so we're gonna supply the topic, and it's gonna return an array of courses, basically filtered by that topic. So we're gonna simply take all courses, gonna apply filter on it, and we're gonna simply say 0 first argument dot topic is equal to the topic that's been given to us. Okay, so that is our detail view model. Okay, next we're gonna create our detail view utilizing this view model. All right, so it's time to create our detail view. So I'm gonna create a new file here, and we're gonna select SwiftUI view detail view. Okay, and this detail view is basically going to take a couple of things. So first of all, it's going to have a view model that it's going to create, which is going to be our detail view model. Okay, and it's also going to have a private variable for topic. All right, for its initializer, it's going to take a topic. All right, so we're going to populate our local topic variable with that topic, and we are also going to initialize our view model. So we're going to simply say detail view model with the topic as topic. Okay, all right, now our preview needs some topics. So what we're going to do is we're going to say topics is going to be from the raw value iOS. All right. Okay, so for the body, it's going to be really simple. Let me go ahead and do this. Okay, fix the header. Okay, now our body is going to be very simple. It's going to be a V stack. Inside the VStack, we're going to have a list Viewmodel dot courses by the topic that's been supplied to us. Okay, so this is going to give us all the courses. So we're going to say course in. So we're going to get each course and navigation link. Okay, now remember, our main view, our home page, is already wrapped inside a navigation view. So now we can start putting our navigation link into our view, which is going to create the navigation hierarchy. Okay, so we're going to have a navigation link. Now navigation link takes a destination, okay, and a label. So I'm going to remove the label and use trailing closure. And for the destination, for now, we're going to simply provide a text course.name. Okay, we're going to come back and update this for sure. But for now, this is what we're going to have. And we're going to create an H stack. And basically, essentially what's going to happen is whenever you're going to click on the topic itself, what you're going to see is the detail of the course. So if you go back to the sample app that we have created already, you're going to get the list of courses for that topic. And then once you select that topic, you're going to see the course itself. And when you select the course play button, then it's going to play the video for you. Okay, so that's the flow that we are creating. So we are creating this screen right here. All right, okay, so we're going to have an H stack. H stack is going to have an image, course image. Okay, and I'm going to make this resizable. Gonna make sure it fits the aspect ratio and fills basically the given space. Gonna give it a frame with width and height. So width and height are gonna be 80. Let's give it a default alignment or remove that. We're gonna clip the shape into a circle. So I'm gonna make a circular image, and we're gonna use the padding in trailing direction for about 20 points. Then we're going to have a V stack. Okay, so this is the view we are creating. First we have an image, then we have a V stack. Okay, so we're going to have a V stack with alignment as leading. All right, and then we're going to have a text on this. Course name. Okay, gonna add some padding to this in vertical direction for about 5 points, and then we're gonna have a text course dot detail, which is going to have a font of caption. All right, so let's go ahead and build, make sure everything builds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some padding. Okay, and let's give button style for this guy as plain button style. Okay, all right, so we're going to have the navigation bar title display mode to be inline, okay, and navigation title to be Viewmodel dot topic name. Okay, let's go ahead and build it out, and what we're gonna get is our home view. And whenever you select the home view, oh yeah, forgot to update the home view. Whenever you select your home view, what we want to do is we want to change the navigation. So we want to say that the destination where's the destination? Right here. The destination is not going to be text, it's going to be detail view. Okay, and this takes topic, so we're going to supply the topic that we have selected. Okay, let's go ahead and build it again. And what we're going to get is basically our home view, and as soon as you select on it, you will get your home view. Now this is our detail, and this detail is showing this text that we have actually provided, so the name of the course. Okay, so next up, what we're going to do is we are going to create our course view, which is going to have basically all the details about the course. Okay, and we're going to create our course view model first, and then we're going to create the actual view. All right, so let's create our next view model. So we're going to create our courses view model. So, or course view model, course view model, course view model. So this is basically gonna be for our course view, like the name suggests. Okay, we're gonna once again create a final class. Okay, and this one is going to be in it's going to have an observable object. Okay, because it's going to publish a selected course. All right, for us to be able to display that within the video preview. Okay, or the video view. So we're going to have a private variable course. All right, and we're going to have a published variable selected lesson. So user can select a lesson, and we can actually display that lesson. So we're gonna have that inside the selected lesson. So for initialization purposes, I'm gonna select the first one from the sample. Okay, and then we're gonna have some properties. So we're gonna have course name. So we're just simply gonna say name. It's gonna be a string, and it's going to return course dot name. Okay, then we're gonna have a variable for is best seller, boolean type, course dot bestseller, topic, okay, gonna have author, detail, course image, promo video, lessons, we're gonna have number of students, rating, total length, original price for the course, discounted price for the course. And then our initializer, which is gonna take the course and initialize our internal course variable. Okay, let's go ahead and build, and we should have everything building. So that's perfect. So that's our course, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna say selected lesson is gonna be course.lessons.first. There we go. All right, so everything should still build. That's perfect. So next we are going to create our course view. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and create our course view. So this time we're going to select SwiftUI view, and we're going to call this course view. Okay. And the course view is going to have a few things. First of all, it's going to have a state property for making sure that whenever we tap on the button, the video player is displayed. So we're gonna call this one video player presented. This is gonna be used for our sheet. Okay, and we're gonna set it to false right now. Okay, and or like to initialize with we're gonna have private let view model, which is gonna be our courses view course view model. Okay, for the initialization we're gonna expect a course to be supplied to us, and we're gonna simply say self.viewModel is equal to course view model supplying the course to that. All right, so that's gonna be our initializer, and to start we are going to have a course dot sample course. Give me the first one, not 0th one, but the first one. Okay. We are also going to need a custom view, which is going to show the rating, the audience, the number of students, and hour length and stuff like that. So I'm going to create a struct here, course. We're going to call this course rating view, because this is going to be the rating section, and this is going to expect three things. So let title string, let icon image, and let icon color. Okay, and we're going to have a body, and inside the body we're going to have an h stack. This h stack is going to have first the icon. We can have a foreground color for this icon as icon color. Then we can have a text. This text is gonna be title. Okay, and for the entire thing we're gonna create a font of type sub headline. So this is gonna be the view that we're gonna use inside our course view. Okay, so just to show you what we're gonna be creating is this is the section that we have just created. Number of students, rating, and length is going to be handled by this course rating view. Okay, all right, for the body we're going to create a v stack, and it's going to have an alignment of leading with spacing of 20 points. Okay, then we can have an h stack. This h stack is going to have a rectangle, which is going to have a fill, and we're going to say viewmodel dot is bestseller. If it is bestseller, then draw yellow color rectangle with opacity 0.7. If not, then the color for the rectangle is going to be clear. Okay, we're also going to have a frame with width and height of 80. Height is going to be 20, and it's not 29, it's 20. Okay, and we're going to have an overlay, and this overlay is going to be of text, which is going to display viewmodel dot is bestseller. If it is, then we're gonna say it's bestseller, like that. If not, then we're gonna simply display an empty string for the overlay. Okay, and we're gonna have a font of caption for this. All right, and there's gonna be a spacer. Okay. All right, so that is our top section right here. So this guy right here. Okay, and then we wanna display the name of the course, so we're gonna say text Viewmodel dot name. Okay, so name of the course, font is gonna be title. There's gonna be h stack, and this h stack is gonna have a spacer first, and after that it's gonna have the text, which is gonna be by, so the course by the author. So we're gonna say Viewmodel dot author. Okay, so it's gonna be this guy right here. Okay, let me go ahead and move this here. There we go. Okay, so this is causing an issue, so let me do it this way. Let's go ahead and build and make sure everything builds. All right, awesome. So then we have, like, course by, and then we're gonna give it a foreground color of secondary. Okay, next is gonna be an h stack, which is going to display this section right here. Okay, so we're gonna have an h stack, and this h stack is going to have a spacer first. Okay, then course rating view that we just created, which takes a title, so we're gonna say Viewmodel dot number of students is gonna be the first title. Image is gonna be image system name, and the image is gonna be person dot 3 dot fill. Okay, the icon color is gonna be orange. Then there's gonna be another spacer. Then course rating view. Once again, title is going to be Viewmodel dot rating. The image is going to be star dot fill, and the color is going to be yellow. Another spacer. Course rating view, title Viewmodel dot. Next one is going to be total length, the last one right here. The image is going to be film, and the color is going to be maybe pink. There we go. Let's put another spacer at the bottom. All right, so that's going to be taking care of this, and let's give it a foreground color of secondary. Okay, so the text becomes the slightly gray or gray in color. Okay, now next we're going to create this price section, discounted price, the original price and discounted price. So we're going to have h stack, and this h stack is going to have an alignment property for last text baseline, because one of the text is going to be small. And then we're gonna have a text Viewmodel dot discounted price first, text Viewmodel dot original price second. So let's add some modifier on the discounted price. Font, we're gonna give it a large title. For the original price, we're gonna make that strike through. Okay, and we're gonna change its foreground color to be secondary, like this. Okay, so that is our h stack. Now underneath the h stack, there's gonna be, this is a scrollable section, so it's gonna have like all the lessons. So we're gonna have basically a scroll view. Okay, and the scroll view is gonna be vertical. Shows indicator is gonna be false, and I'm gonna use the trailing closure for this. Okay, and we're gonna create a lazy V stack, right? And alignment for this V stack is gonna be leading. Spacing is gonna be 40 points, and then we're gonna have a for each. Now for each is gonna be on viewmodel.lessons. Okay, and this is gonna give us each lesson. So we're gonna say lesson in, and then we're gonna have an H stack. Now this H stack is gonna have a text basically showing lesson.id. Okay, and we're gonna give it a font of large title, foreground color of secondary, and then we can have a V stack. So it's this guy right here, then V stack, and the V stack is going to be, let's give it a spacing of 20 point here as well. Okay, so we're gonna have a V stack. V stack is gonna have an alignment of leading, and we're gonna display text lesson.length. Okay, and this is gonna have a foreground color of secondary, text, lesson.name. Okay, all right, right below this or next to it is going to be a spacer to space out our button that we're gonna use to launch our video player. So it's gonna have an action. Action is gonna do something. So something is gonna be, it's gonna say video player presented, video player presented, and we're gonna toggle that. And we are also gonna set the view models selected lesson to the current lesson, like that. Okay, and that value is going to be published right after, which means that we're going to have access to that outside that. So whenever Viewmodel is queried, we can actually get the access to selected lessons. For the label, we're going to have an image of a system name, and this is going to be play.circle.fill. Okay, and it's going to have a font of large title with foreground color to be color.green.opacity 0.8. Okay, so that's going to be our button. Now we're going to go to the level where we are closing our lazy V stack. So let's see where we are closing our lazy V stack right there, and we can add a sheet here, and sheet is going to have is presented. So is presented is going to be video player presented, and for the trailing closure, this is where we are going to present our video view. Okay, so present video view. Okay, so we're going to present that. What we're gonna also do is we're gonna add some padding to this guy. All right. Okay, so this is our courses detail view, course view, and what we're gonna do is in the detail view, when we had that destination defined, where we were showing this text right here, instead of showing the text, we're gonna actually display our course view. For the destination course view, that is going to take a course, and we're going to supply that. Okay, so let's go ahead and launch this, and what we should see is basically getting the SwiftUI. So select that. Now this is your detail view. Select, and there you go. You have your health kit by DevTechie and this, and then you have your list created with all the playable items listed there. Okay, so that was our course view. Next up, we are going to create our video view and video view model and video view. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and create our video view. Before we create our video view, we're gonna create view model for that. So I'm gonna select add a new file, select Swift file template, and we're gonna call this video view model. Okay, and video view model is going to import AVKit because we need to get an access to AV player, which is defined under AVKit. We're gonna create a final class, and this class is going to be called video view model. Okay, and we're going to have a private variable for title, a private property. We're going to have a player, AV player, and we're going to have a property, a computer property, overlay title. So the title that we want to display for overlay, and this is simply going to return the title. Okay, for the initialization or init, we're gonna expect a video name as a string, title as a string, and we're gonna first set the title to be the title that's been given, and we're gonna create our player with AV player, and we want to use the overloaded initializer that takes URL, and we're gonna say bundle.main.url for resource with extension, and the resource is going to be the video name, and the extension is going to be mp4. Okay, we're gonna force unwrap this because we know that resource is going to be there. Okay, and that is it for our video view model. Okay, so then we're gonna add our view, and this is going to be the SwiftUI view, and we're gonna call this video view. Okay, and this video view is basically going to be the one that's gonna create the video player. So AVKit, once again we're gonna import that. We're gonna create private let view model video view model. Okay, for the initializer we're gonna have video name passed in and title passed in. So we're gonna take our view model, and we're gonna basically create or initialize that with the supplied properties, video name and title. Alright, so that's gonna initialize our view model. For our body, we are simply going to create a video player. Okay, video player takes a player, so we're gonna say our view model has a player that we can give to video player, and this takes a trailing closure that can be used for to display watermark or overlay on the top, and we're gonna say we want to display view model dot overlay title. We're gonna have the padding horizontal for about 20 points. We're going to add the foreground color to be primary and background to be color dot secondary dot opacity 0.6. Okay, and we're going to also have a spacer right there. The spacer is going to basically push this text to the top, and when on appear is going to be called, we are basically going to say Viewmodel dot player dot play. Okay, so that's how we're gonna play. Now for the missing piece, we are going to fix this error, and we're gonna just say something because it's just a preview. And with this, now we're gonna go back to our course view, and in our course view, if you recall, we actually had that placeholder right here. Right here, we're gonna call our video view with video name. So video name is gonna come from viewmodel dot selected lesson dot video, and the title is gonna be viewmodel dot selected lesson dot name. Okay, so that is going to give us basically tie those views together. And let's go ahead and launch the app. And that's, by the way, is the end of our video series. Like, you know, we have built the entire app, so let's go ahead and make sure everything is working fine. So search is good, selecting on an item topic is good, is working. Let's search for this. As you can see, this is a bestseller and this is not, but it's okay. Let's take a look at the bestseller one, and there we have, like, you know, all the video details. Tapping on the button should actually play the video, and you can fast forward, you can dismiss, you can launch other video, and like I mentioned, I'm using the same video for the sample here, but you can launch different videos according to your need. Okay. Alright, so with that, we have reached, like I said, we have reached to the end of the course, and I hope you actually enjoyed the course. You learned how you can create a professional app ready to be published in the App Store. So this app just change the data model and like, you know, tie up a few things in the data model, like wherever you're getting the data from, and then it's ready to be published. So like, you know, in this course you learned how to create an app using in SwiftUI using MVVM design pattern, and you also learned how to basically structure code, play videos, and create a navigational hierarchy, create search. So there are so many things, like, you know, that we covered in this course. So hopefully you enjoyed the course. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in another video series. Thank you.